I'm actually heading down to Brighton right now to see Ed. He's just secured his very first rent-to-serviced accommodation. And it's a 3-hour drive, so it's the first time I'm actually meeting Ed as well. He'd previously done training with other mentorship and obviously got no results, but he has on our program. So it's a 3-hour drive for me. What other mentor would do that? You know, drop their whole day, 6-hour round trip to just do a property tour with one of his clients. That's what we do on Rise Up. We just want you to succeed. Simple as that. Here we are, just arrived at Ed's property right here. I think we go down those steps, underground apartment. So I'm just waiting around for Ed to turn up. He'll be on his lunch break, get a property tour and see exactly how this property in Brighton, there's the sea, look, walking distance to the beach, right on the high street, Starbucks right there. Doesn't get much better than this, so I'm excited to see what he's done. Here's Ed. So show us around then, Ed.
Come on through.
So what are we looking at? How many bedrooms?
2 beds, lower ground, but for a lower ground floor, it's actually very bright because it's not usually the case in Brighton.
Yep.
So this is the main bedroom, both decent size actually. So I live in Brighton myself,
yep.
And most flats around here have a smaller second bedroom.
Yeah, this is a really nice size,
quite significantly smaller.
Yeah, that's 2 single zip link.
Yep. Super
nice.
king, and then they can be split off into 2.
So what did this room look like before?
I mean, it was painted. It was just completely unfurnished. Still need a few bits to do in here, just a few more decorations, but got the beds, all the furniture, sort of decorations, plants and whatnot. But yeah, it was the outside that was in the worst condition. So that required a complete makeover. So there was pigeons nesting outside, and I had to do all sorts that week, including putting up pigeon netting, which I've never done before. And that was
pigeon netting.
Yeah, it was a pain in the arse. Right, shall I let you go into the bathroom?
Yep, okay.
That's probably the easiest thing to do.
Yep, very nice, clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah,
it is what it is.
Washing machine.
Did you have to do much work in here? Did it come with the white goods?
Yeah, it came with all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty much ready to go apart from the furnishings really. So yeah, this is the...
Yeah, like you say, it is bright, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So yeah, this is the sort of kitchen, living, dining area.
Yeah. Dunelm? Is that Dunelm, the blue chair?
I don't know where it's from actually. I picked it up from Facebook. But,
oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's Dunelm.
Yeah, it probably is. You see those chairs everywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a mix of new stuff and Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, you've done an amazing job, mate. So
thank you. Yeah.
How did this room look before? Was it
just plain?
Yeah.
Yeah, just plain room.
So what have you had to do in this room? Just furniture and wall art?
Yeah, everything. Furniture really. So the actual decoration, like the painting, that was all done.
Okay.
Luckily, the last people that were in here did that before they moved out. But it was just all the furnishings really.
So how did you fit this around your full-time job? When did you collect the keys? How long did it take?
29th of May.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a break clause on this one.
Yeah. So straight away you were.
Sorry, no, not break clause. I didn't get a rent-free period, which I was pushing for, but the agents didn't do it. But I think it was too good of a property to sort of say no to.
You got the beach, 150 metres away?
Yeah, beach, outside space, which we'll get to.
Starbucks across the road.
Yeah, 5 minutes from my office.
Yeah.
So, as much as I want this to be hands-off, like, it's nice knowing for my first property that
emergency-wise.
That I'm close. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was good. But yeah, got this ready a couple of weeks, I think it was.
Yeah.
Like from scratch. I had my family here, girlfriend. Yeah, it was busy couple of weeks. I had some time booked off work, spent the evenings here as well.
The first property's always because you were stressing a bit, weren't you?
I'm still stressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. less.
It gets easier, trust me.
Yeah, less so, but yeah, stressing less.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just things that you haven't done before, like putting up.
In terms of your start, yeah. Carry on. Sorry.
No, it's just like things you haven't done before, like putting up the pigeon netting and like.
Let's have a look at the pigeon net.
Don't look too close at it. The other side's better. We cut it too short, so we've had to do it in 2 bits and clipping those bits together was a right pain.
Yeah.
So this will be changed at some point, but
It works.
It does the job,
Yeah,
because did have a little pigeon nesting there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the outside. I think the outside is where the most transformation was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the pictures before.
I did.
Yeah, it was a right state.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's nicer. I mean, you can't do much about the bird poo. It's just, I think it's the case with a lot of these outside spaces.
You're in city in Brighton, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's a nice space.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then I'll show you the.
I can remember the pigeon was down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, just covered in shit.
It's a nice space, mate. How they can just sit here, watch telly with the door open.
Yeah,
That's nice.
exactly. It's a really nice space. I'm really happy with the property. Yeah, so then second bedroom, as I said, still a decent size.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Compared to some of the places I've lived in around here, where you've got a tiny second bedroom, a little box room. This is nice. They can obviously go. This bed can go into a king size bed as well.
Yeah.
So caters to
4 people.
Yeah, 4 people. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it was just furniture, wall art, rug. Wall.
Yeah,
this room.
just all the furnishings
so-
really.
In terms of setting up, probably a week. So what did you do for another week?
Pigeon netting.
Yeah.
Put that up. That was honestly the most time-consuming thing.
It's all the nitty gritty though, isn't it?
And it was
Getting
just-
on the
yeah,
channel
just-
manager, the Wi-Fi,
Yeah, just
organising your power team.
just getting things set, and there was just so many delays, like missing deliveries because no
Yeah.
one was here, and then
Yeah.
that gets delayed.
Yeah,
And
because
just
the Wi-Fi router has to be delivered to this property, doesn't it?
yes, exactly.
Which
and
is always a pain in the ass.
yeah, and I couldn't find the address listed for a while. It turns out it's got a different name on the Royal Mail. So
Right.
yeah, that's basically it. I mean, it took a lot to get it ready, and it still needs more, but it's fully booked now.
Yeah. No, that's great, mate.
It's
I love
fully.
the colour scheme. Did you do this by yourself, or have you had help?
Yeah, some help from my girlfriend to select the colours. It needed a woman's touch, because I think I
Yeah.
would have probably gone for probably greys and
Yeah.
and whatnot.
What do you do for a job? Do you work in an office?
Yeah, my office is.
Is it quite a relaxed office? Because obviously you're.
It's relaxed in terms of what I can wear. The job itself is not too relaxing.
Yeah. What do you do for a living?
I work in recruitment.
Okay.
So it's very very busy and quite sort of high output as well. So having both the business and my work, my day job, which is quite sort of outcome driven,
Yeah.
it can be quite tough.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, so how did life look like before coming across rent to rent, and what does it look like now?
It looks more positive. I mean,
Yeah.
getting the bookings coming in and seeing where this could potentially lead to.
How did you feel when your first booking come in?
Great. Yeah.
Did you get the pop-up Avivo notification?
I'm not actually. I'm managing it myself.
Oh,
for now.
managing it yourself for the time being.
Yeah. So yeah, first one came in. I think it was actually they asked for an earlier check-in. So my first guests actually asked to check in that day.
Yeah.
So I had to rush here to make sure everything was ready. But yeah, it was great. They were nice guests. Left great reviews. I've already had.
I mean, there's nothing to complain about.
no.
Fair.
From the 2 guests I've had already, I've both had 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
And
You got someone checking in today as well.
yes.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned briefly, we're pretty much booked out until. I mean, all the weekends are booked out until
Yeah.
October now.
Really?
Yes.
Amazing. Well
Yeah.
done. That's epic. So that's the weekend sorted. It's just getting the contractors in now.
Yeah, and some of the midweek dates are booked. I mean, over the summer holidays, you've got families staying.
Well, yeah,
here.
we're Wednesday now, so you got
Yeah.
checking in today.
Yeah, check in today. You've got guests here this weekend, and then July is really busy.
Yeah.
Same with August. A few midweek dates that need booking, but I mean, it's looking positive.
Yeah.
So far, it'd just be about sort of getting those reviews in and then getting more traffic here. But I mean, it seems like there's already quite a lot of traffic
Yeah.
already.
Oh, it's Brighton.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how well you know this area, but it's really desirable around here as well.
Some large, luxurious properties as well. isn't
Yeah.
there? So family meeting family.
And just the road itself.
Yeah.
I used to live on this road, and it's,
Really?
yeah, it was the first place I lived in
Okay.
Brighton on this
And
road.
you've secured your first rent to rent
Exactly.
on the same street.
That's kind
Amazing.
of there was maybe a bit of emotion that got
Yeah,
into,
yeah,
got
yeah.
into play with
I'm
this
having
one.
this property.
Yeah. but it's so nice.
Going back to your job, how did you feel building a rent to rent? So how busy is your job from the moment you wake up to the end of the day, and squeezing in times for viewings, phone calls? How did you manage that?
It was just lunch times, so I organised. They're quite strict with working from home as well. Just I think it's a very micromanaged job, and they like to be able to keep an eye on the team. Luckily, I'm one of the more senior people, so I was able to get more days working from home. So officially, most of the team do 1 day, but I was able to do sort of 2 to 3. And just on those 2 to 3 days, it was just smashing the phones at lunchtime, going on viewings. I tried to focus initially on Brighton, so then at least if I was in the office, I can say I'm booking out for a house viewing, going out for a house viewing, and then nobody questions that because I might be looking to move house. So it's plausible. And that's how I fitted it around it, really.
I mean, most of the other mentees are still in full-time jobs, as was I when I was starting. So in terms of the mentorship, how has that been? Because I know you've done a previous training before. So what made you think to join another mentorship, and what was running through your mind? Because obviously you'd spent thousands on previous training to then enter another training. Walk me through that.
Well, it was the relationship we had in the past. So I obviously knew you before, and I was kind of keeping watch of what you were doing. I obviously saw that you'd sort of grown your business as well with your training, and I always kind of had it in my mind that I would re-enter. So for anyone that doesn't know, I put this on pause for a while, just whilst I was changing jobs and changing city. That was when I actually moved to Brighton, but I always had it in my mind that I'd sort of re-enter, and the importance of finding somebody you trust to sort of go with. I wasn't really comfortable just going back into it because it had been a couple of years, and a lot of that knowledge had been, I was maybe a little bit rusty on.
It's having the reassurance, and so was that the most important thing for you? Was having the reassurance and the accountability?
And in terms of going with you, it was somebody that I trusted, and that's only been confirmed with doing the program, and not just yourself. It's obviously the likes of Ivan, who I've been chatting with, both. Just a massive help, really. I never really feel like there's a bad time to ask for stuff, even though maybe I at times I feel bad because I've got loads of questions. But
the thing is, we understand the importance, myself, Ivan, because we've walked the walk. We understand getting your first property, all of the stresses. Your mind doesn't operate smoothly. It's all over the place, isn't it? From Wi-Fi, channel managers, getting it live, paying it rent, getting the council tax sorted. What order do you do things? So just having the likes of a mentor there to ask those questions and be like, look, you need to chill. Breathe. Do this.
Exactly. It's like you say, if you want to learn to drive, you get driving lessons.
You get driving lessons.
It's the same thing.
The amount of times I get called scammer is unbelievable. It's just in the comments in pretty much all of my posts on Instagram. Someone went to town on it the other day. What they don't realise is they're actually doing me a favour, boosting my account.
All publicity.
That's it.
Good publicity.
Exactly. Okay, so what's the plan now in terms of scaling, going forward, your job?
So it's obviously a bit more work initially. I think you go when you're transitioning from having a full-time job to being a full-time business owner. There is that bit in the middle where you are going to be doing probably double load.
100%.
So at the minute, it is slightly more work, but I've obviously know what this can bring and what it will bring. So the plan is to get the money back from this that I've invested into this property, from this property, along with savings from myself again, and then to go
keep reinvesting.
Just to go again.
Keep going.
I think next time I'll probably mix it up slightly. I would like to get an HMO under the belt as well.
City.
Exactly. So I think I need to utilise where I am as well, because it is a great place for it.
Sometimes when something's so convenient, though, it's easy to relax. When it's hard work to get to, hard work to do, there's that pressure, which makes you work hard.
Well, the other thing with Brighton is parking is an absolute nightmare. So I'm not fortunate enough to have a car here at the moment because I can't get a car park permit where I am.
Yeah.
So I need to utilise, where I can actually get to as well for viewings.
Get an electric bike on the business.
Yeah.
It'd be an asset.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be going up north on a electric bike though.
Yeah, but visiting properties, viewings in Brighton, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Business expense.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so, I mean, how has the mentorship been for you then?
Great. Yeah, that's the only
Is it what you expected?
Yeah.
I know we followed each other before, my journey, and you probably just knew everything. It was just a case of starting. But was there any element of that's not meeting expectations, or?
No, I feel you want me to give a bit more, but honestly, I'm just happy with how it's gone. It was smooth from the get go.
Yeah.
Everyone's easy to deal with. As I said, you never feel like it's a bad time. The support is always there.
Yeah.
You got the Zoom calls as well, which I don't go to all of them on a sort of because there's a lot on a weekly basis. I haven't been someone that's gone to all of them.
There's too much really, but to over provide.
Yeah, exactly, and it's nice knowing that if I needed to on that day, then there is an option to.
Yeah,
I'd rather have that than be waiting 2 weeks for
Exactly.
a bi-weekly Zoom call.
Yeah.
So it's nice knowing that there's more options than
Yeah.
than perhaps I personally need.
Yeah, and you say you're going to get into HMO, utilise HMO. That's a Zoom every single week with Dan as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that was really, especially at the start of the journey as well. Though the Zoom calls were really beneficial. As I've had a few wobbles down the line, and being able to come on the calls and speak with other people that are experiencing similar things.
So yeah, I mean, what does the future look like for you now in terms of you've got one? What's your plan? I know Ivan's created a long-term goal for you.
Yeah.
Is that aligned with what you think you can achieve? Is it realistic?
Yeah.
Are you going to go for it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm keen to now that I've had success with this one.
Honestly, in terms of a start, like I think you've got the perfect start, and I really mean that. 5 minutes away from your work, okay, 150 meters, 200 meters from a beach, prime city, a 2-bed, service accommodation. All right, you didn't get a rent-free period, but. Can't win everything, I suppose. But in terms of a start, doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah.
My start was too stressful. I didn't want it the way it started. I was taking on 3 HMOs, all at the same time as a newborn. Yeah. My first. Yeah. On the same date, like his due date was 27th of August, key collection date 27th of August for 3 HMOs. Yeah. So I was extremely stressed, but I'm glad it happened to me because then I'm in a good place to teach it. In terms of your start, from my point of view, it's been a breeze, but it's just the getting used to everything, and you want the bookings coming in before you pay rent next, and the reassurance. But yeah, you've got an amazing property, mate.
Thank you.
So well done.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Really happy.
Yeah. Right. We better get back. You better get back to work.
Yeah, back to work for now.
No, but I appreciate you meeting me. Yeah, it's worth the journey. So I know it's brief, but
short and sweet. I'm sure you'll be down again at some point. Yeah. Hopefully when I've got another property.
Another one, definitely. Yeah, Brighton's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go chill on the beach for 20 minutes.
Do it. It's beautiful weather.
And then drive home. Yeah. All right, bro. Well done.
Nice one.
Well done.
Thanks again.
There you go. Just viewed Ed's very first rent-to-service accommodation, and now it's all about systemising it, getting all of the things in place so it becomes as hands-off as possible, and then go on and scale the business, meeting new landlords and agents, showing them exactly what you've done to that property. And that's where building the trust is easy, because you've done it before. You've got before and after pictures. You've got proof of guaranteed rent. So well done, Ed. Super proud of you, bro. Now it's onwards and upwards. So you might be thinking, okay, well, Ed's property is in Brighton, an absolute booming city, and it's just up there. And you've got the beach there, and you've got Brighton Pier just there. That's right. Ed's very lucky he's secured a property in a prime position. I mean, don't get me wrong, that is a very, very good property. But doesn't have to be like that. Most of my clients have just got like standard 3-bed properties in a normal town, like semi-detached properties. So don't be thinking, okay, but Ed's in a great location right by the beach in Brighton. It doesn't have to work like that. All right, so you don't have to be in the perfect location to start, scale and systemize your rent-to-rent business.